And welcome to Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. I'm Steve Swatt with the Sacramento Report. In the next few minutes, we're going to talk about a local emergency preparedness and medical response. My guest is Freddie Rodriguez, a member of the State Assembly from Pomona. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And congratulations. I know you were sworn in November 23rd, so you're still a rookie.
Yes.
And nice to have you here in Sacramento.
Thank you. I appreciate your time.
You spent 29 years as an emergency medical technician, so
Correct.
you know this issue undoubtedly better than anyone else in the legislature. From your experience, are there things that need to be improved in the entire system in emergency response and medical response?
I think the 911 system has come a long way since I first started in 1984, and up to now. There have been some changes with 911 delivery of service, but most importantly, there are issues with the 911 service as frequent flyers, people that are calling 911 and looking for services when they really don't need it. There's other alternatives out there, and it's putting a burden on the 911 system.
Now, what about in local communities in terms of medical response?
I think it's a broad issue throughout the county. I think where I'm from, the county of Los Angeles, where I worked as an emergency medical technician, I see the changes has evolved since I started till now. There's just more ways we need to communicate with the community on 911 system and what it's there for, but I think sometimes people use it as a taxi service.
Now, you are the chair of a select committee on emergency preparedness.
Correct.
It didn't take you long to get that chairmanship,
No,
did you?
no.
And you're the vice chair of a joint committee on emergency management.
Correct.
What will those two committees be looking at?
Well, most importantly, what I looked at, what happened, the LAX shooting that happened here a few months ago, that the issues that happened there, that how can we respond to those type of incidents with the active shooter, not only how do we respond there, but how do we reach those victims and treat them and transport them and get them out of that situation, because I was hearing there were some issues with that. And I want to see what lessons we learned from that, and with that, I was looking to have a hearing at LAX probably within the next month to see the lesson that we learned from there and how we can adapt those throughout the state.
What were those issues? Maybe you can sort of refresh our viewers.
Well, that was an incident, fortunately, with an active shooter that went into one of the terminals at LAX and started shooting individuals. And I think just the dynamics of it being at an airport with a high concentration of people there, not to mention the response from the Los Angeles Airport Police and probably LAPD and other agencies around that to focus on that active shooter, but then also the people need to look at that the people that were injured and shot. So not only do we have that scenario with the active shooter, but how do we attend to those patients that are hurt and injured, get them out of there and transported safely to where they need to go to.
Of course, a situation like that is extremely fluid, where decisions have to be made right on the spot at a split-second notice. So that really calls into question that you need significant planning in advance, if you can.
Correct.
To handle a situation like that.
Yeah, and it's not only the planning, but let's look at drilling. It's something we need to probably check every other year or so and see how things change. There's different people that come into play, different directors, maybe different chiefs, people with different opinions. And it's something we need to work in progress. And not only talk about doing it, but probably practice those scenarios as well, because unfortunately we live in a time where we're faced with those type of situations. But not only the LAX, look at sporting venues, other areas of high concentration of people, that how do we effectively respond to those situations with those areas with different jurisdictions.
All right, well, it's a fascinating subject, and we're certainly going to watch the progress of these two committees that you sit on in the months ahead. Freddie Rodriguez, thank you very much for coming by and talking about these issues.
Thank you very much, I appreciate it.
And thanks to our viewers also for watching Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. A reminder, you can see this and other interviews on YouTube, also on My Government on Demand. I'm Steve Swatt. Have a great day.